I went to the Four Seasons Maui at Wailea, which was the hotel in season 1 of the White Lotus. It was the Pineapple Suite, but my deluxe ocean view room was the nicest it ever stayed in. There was a breathtaking bathroom, a scenic balcony view, and amenities like a free beach tote. As a White Lotus fan, I couldn't wait to stay at the Four Seasons Maui at Wailea, the 5-star Hawaii hotel where the first season of the HBO show was filmed. I'd seen glimpses of some of the suites on the show, even if they had been transformed to look kitschy and flawed and rich, like the characters. As production designer Laura Fox told Architectural Digest, but I was excited to see what a room at the hotel was actually like in photos on the Four Seasons website. The rooms looked less busy than on the show and had more of a quiet luxury. I stayed in one of the hotel's deluxe ocean view rooms, and though it was the Pineapple Suite, nor would I harass hotel management about that. Unlike Shane, Pat and Jake Lacey, the level of luxury I found there made me feel like a VIP. From a free beach tote to the bathroom of my dreams, it felt like my room had almost everything I could need. Take a look inside. Editor's note: Insider received a discounted media rate for the one-night stay. Room rates can vary, but the deluxe ocean view room was listed on the Four Seasons website as $2,275 at the time of booking. During a trip to Hawaii, I spent a night at the Four Seasons Maui at Wailea, the famous filming location for the first season of HBO's The White Lotus. At the time of booking, a one-night stay in a deluxe ocean view room was $2,275 on the Four Seasons website. Insider received a discounted media rate for the stay. It's worth noting that rates can vary, and my stay was on the Friday before Memorial Day. Looking ahead at rates for the same room on Friday nights in July 2023, the cost ranged from $1,395 to $2,195. As of June 2023, prices appear to go up over the holidays, the busiest time of year. A one-night stay in the room on the Friday before Christmas cost $4,695 and $5,300 the Friday before New Year's Eve. At the time of writing at check-in, I was given a wristband that served as the key to a deluxe ocean view room on the hotel's 6th floor. I expected to be given a key card, like at most hotels, but I thought the wristband was smart, meant to be worn, and a bright blue. It's surely hard for guests to lose. Admittedly, my husband and I have lost a few key cards on our travels, and prior to this Four Seasons we'd only stayed at one other property, a resort in Breckenridge, Colorado, that gave us a wristband to access our room. While I'd worn my wristband in Breckenridge under layers of ski wear, I knew it'd be on display with whatever I wore in Hawaii, and so, not wanting to throw off my outfits, it ended up at the bottom of my bag. Still, neither of us lost it. Walking into the 600-square-foot room, the entrance set the tone for the rest of the space with muted white and beige tones that gave it a relaxed feel. Walking in, to my left, there was a spacious closet followed by a compact bar area with a Nespresso coffee maker, kettle, mugs, reusable water bottles, and glasses. There was also a mini fridge, a door opposite with a full-length mirror, which I thought was handy to have any time before I left the room, led to the bathroom. And then, on the right, the hardwood-style floor of the entryway gave way to a large, carpeted bedroom and lounge area in the background. Hawaiian music gently played. Later, I learned this was coming from the bathroom, but more on that in a little bit. The king bed looked inviting with a soft comforter and pillows that had the Four Seasons tree logo on them, while the sectional sofa made the lounge feel more substantial. The bed was as comfortable as it looked. The mattress, which, had it not been to our liking, could have been customized, was firm enough for me, and I chose my preferred pillow out of those on the bed. And after the massage I had earlier that day in the hotel spa, It was easy to get a good night's sleep when my alarm went off at 6 a.m. to snag a spot by the hotel's Serenity Pool. It was tougher than usual to get out of bed, even if it was just to lounge by the pool in the lounge. The sectional sofa and coffee table faced a 65-inch flat-screen TV. There was also a small table, and 2 chairs by a reading lamp. I was impressed by the lounge, often an overlooked or non-existent part of a hotel room. This one had a sectional sofa that was actually comfortable. I thought it made the space look larger. We didn't turn on the 65-inch TV, but had we stayed longer, sure we would have found something to watch. According to the Four Seasons website, it's set up with Chromecast streaming. As for the decor, it gave the room a contemporary, serene feel, beachy without being busy, and the art on the walls brought splashes of color and warmth to the space. I couldn't wait to open the sliding doors in the lounge and step out onto the balcony, or lanai, to see the view. The balcony was angled to face the Pacific Ocean, overlooking a generous slice of the Wailea Bay and the majestic West Maui Mountains. It was the backdrop to the best parts of the resort, in my opinion. So I felt lucky to be able to get a glimpse of such a gorgeous view from my own balcony. I could have sat outside there for hours admiring the scenery. If it'd been staying longer, I thought I would have ordered room service and had breakfast here each morning. I thought the balcony would be the best part. But then I stepped inside the bathroom. It took my breath away when I tell you I could live quite happily in the bathroom of room 615 at the Four Seasons Maui at Wailea. In not exaggerating, I walked in and actually squealed with excitement. There were 2 vanities that immediately caught my attention, one with double sinks and another that had plenty of drawers and a large counter. More on those in a second. And next to a deep bathtub, there was a massive shower with sleek tiles and a gigantic shower head. As for the toilet, that was tucked away in a mini room of its own within the bathroom, and had a phone next to it just in case you felt like making a call. The vanity with 2 sinks and LED mirrors was the stuff of dreams. The LED mirrors were perfect for doing makeup, and I liked that the hair dryer was easy to find, stored on one of the open shelves under one of the basins. The extendable shaving mirror came in handy for my husband, too. And when it came time to do my skincare routine, I got a really good look at my pores. I loved having this separate counter without a sink that stayed dry. I still can't believe the size of this bathroom. When I saw this vanity, I initially wondered what it'd even use it for. Within a few hours, my jewelry, the hotel hairdryer, and my phone and smartwatch charging on the nearby outlets were all laid out on it. Basically, it's 4 things you don't want getting wet. I thought it was genius, but perhaps the best part of the bathroom was the built-in music dial next to the light switches. The source of the Hawaiian music we heard upon entering our room turned out to be in the bathroom. Of all places, options ranged from Hawaiian music to R&B and classic rock to alternative. I had fun playing around with this novelty, and found myself adjusting the music to match my mood. Doing my makeup to a soundtrack was definitely a vibe. The toiletries also deserve a mention. I forgot my hair tools, but somehow the shampoo and conditioner worked some kind of magic on my mane before a nice dinner. Yes, I'm aware I'm still talking about this bathroom. Allow me for a second to tell you about the toiletries. I figured a 5-star hotel would have nice toiletries, but these spa-like products, branded as LKHI, stole my heart. While the ruby guava scented products smelled wonderful and made even washing my hands feel fancy, I was most impressed by the shampoo and conditioner. Getting ready for a nice dinner, I blow-dried my hair while running my fingers through it at Fourjet and to bring my hair tools or products. Usually, drying my hair this way results in a somewhat frizzy mess, but when I looked in the mirror, it somehow looked like I'd recently gotten out of a hair appointment. I'm not sure what was in this shampoo and conditioner, but after learning they're exclusive to the hotel, in dying to go back just to pick some up, there were other small touches inside the room that made a big difference. For example, this complimentary beach tote I found in the closet, and these reusable water bottles in the bar area. At first, I thought the navy beach tote in the closet might be for use only if you bought it, but a tag on the bag invited guests to borrow it during their stay if you did want to purchase it. Of course, you could. According to the label, a new bag was available to buy from the resort for $175, or you could buy that very tote at a slight discount for $150. I ended up using it to carry my poolside belongings, and didn't want to return it at the end of my stay. But it's a little more than I'd usually pay for a beach bag, and I definitely didn't have room in my luggage. I also made use of the refillable water bottles in the bar area. The bottles made of single-wall, BPA-free aluminum looked pretty sleek, branded with the Four Seasons logo, and they even had a space to write your name with a provided marker. I topped up my bottle at water stations around the resort, then used it on the rest of my trip, and at home since getting back. Next to the bed, there was a tablet to order in-room dining, book dinner reservations, and spa appointments, and more. The tablet in our room was a nice touch, and had everything from a resort map to menus for the on-site restaurants Ferraro Espari, Ristorante, Duo Steak Seafood, and Wolfgang Puck Spago. You could also use the tablet to book massages, and even a shave, which ran from $90 to $120. We didn't end up using the tablet much, since we were only there for a night, and wanted to explore the resort. But had we stayed longer, I'd have definitely ordered in some breakfast, and taken it out onto the balcony. After looking around the room, we were greeted with fresh pineapple served with pineapple juice. It made us feel like we were in the pineapple suite. Shortly after we got into the room, a staff member knocked on the door bearing a freshly cut pineapple, presented in a pineapple shell, as well as pineapple juice in a pineapple-shaped carafe. Pineapples are everywhere in Hawaii, so it felt like a fitting welcome to the hotel, and it was a delightful snack to enjoy on the balcony before heading out to see what the rest of the resort was like. After a day spent checking out the resort, we returned to our room after turn-down service and found the space looking a little more luxurious. The lays we'd been given upon arrival had been rearranged in a heart shape next to provided shoe and laundry bags. The laundry bag was another amenity I would have used if we'd stayed longer. There were also milk chocolate squares on a bedside table. I appreciated that these weren't on the pillows, since we didn't have the air conditioning on, and they might have melted. I was impressed by that level of attention to detail, and it was clear throughout the room. From the beach tote I used to carry around my poolside essentials to the to-go cups provided for coffee, which helped me start my day. Anything you'd need or want, I could probably find in the room, and if I couldn't, I could call down to the front desk or find it with a touch of a button on the tablet. Looking back on my stay, I could see myself splurging on a couple of nights at the Four Seasons Maui at Wailea in the future, but I don't know if I'd spend more than a week there if I could afford to. While I didn't quite feel ready to leave after one night at the Four Seasons, I still got a lot out of the resort, and made every moment count. Still, I'd have loved to spend more time in my room, and think 2 nights would have been ideal. I could see myself splurging on a night or 2 in this same room, or another like it at a different Four Seasons or 5-star hotel if I were celebrating a special occasion. Or I'd bake a mini luxury stay into a trip, along with other vacation rentals or hotels in different places, as I did in Hawaii. First, I stayed on Oahu at a Marriott resort, and then on Maui at 2 Airbnbs in very different parts of the island. As well as the Four Seasons, I fell in love with the resort, but I also loved seeing other parts of Hawaii. Had I spent every night in Maui at the Four Seasons, It would have been harder to get up in time to watch the sunrise on the summit of Hale Aka L in the upcountry, or watch sea turtles nesting at Hook Ipa Beach Park on the North Shore, and my bank account would be hurting. It'd say it's worth staying for a quick luxury break. If you can afford it, just make sure you do your homework to make it count.